Hello, this is Randy Mills, and this is going to be a short video tutorial for officials on how to make sure that your profile is set up correctly in the ZebraWeb system. This is important because this is also where you set up your mileage or your travel limits. We'll start by logging in. If you're part of multiple associations, as you can see on this screen, you're going to then have to select the portal or the association that you're going to log into. If you're not part of multiple associations, you'll come straight to this screen. Once here, we're going to click on the Sports Officials Assigning System. From this screen, we're going to go up to Officials and click on My Profile. It should be noted that any changes you make on this screen is going to change your profile for all the associations or all the portals within the ZebraWeb system. Starting top to bottom, you see View Photo. Highly recommend you upload a photo. It definitely helps your assigners. You have your required information, your name and address. You want to make sure that that's obviously in there correctly. When we come over here to day phone number, if the easiest way to get you is your cell number, well, then that's probably what you should have in there. Once we get down to cell phone number, that is not a required field, but it is highly recommended you put your cell phone number in there, especially since it's the only way you're going to be able to get the text message notifications we're going to talk about in a minute. Getting down a little bit further, your email address, obviously you want to make sure that's correct. An alternate email address is optional. You do not have to worry about an EIN. But now let's talk about an alternate address. As an assigner, the system shows us where you are likely going to be coming from. And by default, if you go up top here by city, and in my case, that shows Vernon Township. But it's possible that based on different days of the week, you might want to be assigned based on a different location. For example, if I worked in Wayne Township, I might want to put my work address down here under alternate address. If I put that down there, then I can come down and using the drop-down menus, depending on the day of the week, I can choose whether the assigner should be giving me games close to my primary address or my alternate address. Typically, Saturdays and Sundays, you might want to be coming from your home address or your primary address, and possibly Mondays through Fridays, you might want to be coming from your work address. Now, when it comes over here to mileage, we highly recommend that you leave the mileage at 0. If you start putting a number in there, it's going to significantly limit the number of games that you're going to show as available to the assigner. So highly recommend you leave that set at 0. Coming down a little further, you definitely want to make sure the box is checked that you want to be notified if there's a game change. Without that, you might not get some last minute cancellations or changes, so that's an important box. Coming down a little bit further, if you want to get the text message notifications, yours might be set to say no text message. Well, what you have to do is hit the drop down, find your cell provider, which in my case is Verizon, and then if you want to get a test text message to make sure it's working, you could check that box. In my case, I already know it works. And now once you hit save, you'll get that test message if you check that box. Coming down to affiliated schools or affiliated teams, really what that means is conflict. If you have a conflict with a particular school or a team, you would hit the drop down button, and let's say my wife worked at Crest Hill High School. I could click that box, and then I could come over here and I have to say what it is. Did I attend school there? A family member is affiliated with that school, which is what I would put there. But this is where you would enter your conflicts. Don't have any conflicts with these schools, so I'm going to go back and set that back. And then once you're done here, you hit save. And now your profile should be set up correctly within the ZebraWeb system.